Today we're going to take a look at the ARPG game Koakuma. This multiplayer adventure game is going to be both for PC and for mobile devices. So let's take a look at the Balthazar research and review score of Koakuma and see if this NFT game is going to be worth jumping into. Stay tuned. The lore of Koakuma begins with a meteorite hitting the Earth's surface, causing the land to split and the heat of the collision leading to a 100-day rain. After the rain, the arid land got nourished and life started emerging. Plants, then creatures, eventually forming civilization. The part of the world Koakuma will initially see is called Laria. Each geographical location has different climates and cultures mirroring the world as we know it. With different cultures, there are bound to be socio-political differences between Laria's inhabitants. Battles are fought over territory, and weapons, skill, and power are essential for survival. The lore doesn't seem to be fleshed out here too much, at least in the light paper, so hopefully the game is going to communicate it further. To me personally, the lore isn't the most important part of the game, but it is one of those things that takes someone from liking a game to absolutely falling in love with it. I do like the fact that there is going to be different cultures and environments, and potentially leading to some socio-political battles going on in this land. The core gameplay revolves around 5 main areas of activity. There are exploring, collecting, battling, gathering, and crafting. How you fight in this game is a combination of mouse click attacks and skills on your number row from 1 to 3. In the light paper, 2 heroes are revealed, Evike and Gran. Evike is a humanoid doe-like creature wielding a bow, while Gran is a humanoid lion creature. He grew up on the plains and is built like a warrior. The alpha team and I downloaded the demo and started playing the game. This is available for anyone to try out as well. The hack and slash combat felt smooth, the extra abilities made it more fun, and the environment felt and looked good, as well as the music sounded pleasant. Being an early demo, there were of course some minor complaints I had, such as the key bindings not being able to be moved off the 1 and 3 keys, which felt a little bit clunky to me, as well as other things like sometimes creatures being invisible for some reason. Other times if you get hit by a creature, it feels really punishing because once you get hit once, you feel like you're almost stunned and then you get hit by another one and you just constantly die if you're not careful. Even the sheer amount of times it took me to get through the first area, to get into the portal, to go to the second area, took me an embarrassingly amount of times dying and starting over again. Of course, those things are so minor though, and I expect those things to be smoothed out over time, and especially through community feedback, they will surely improve on those little tiny things, but overall, the experience was good and made me excited to try out more of the game. Based on the information available and the gameplay demo we got to test out, Koakuma received a background score of 7.5 out of 10. In Koakuma, all items acquired in-game are NFTs. They can be traded in-game on the auction house or in exchanges out of the game. There are 4 general classes of NFTs in Koakuma, where the 4 classes are divided into several subclasses. These include rules and equipment, materials, fossils, and power runes, character skins, animations, and special effects, imp and imp eggs. There will also be some special NFTs only obtainable with their token KKMA, such as the Lord's Mask and Lord Tiara. Imps are Koakuma's version of NFT pets, which help out players either by resource gathering or battling. Imps are attainable through in-game bonuses or bought off the market from other players. The fief model in-game is similar to a feudal society where a lord rules over a parcel of land under the fiefdom. Anyone can become a lord over the fief by buying a Lord Mask NFT. I love that they have so much variety in their NFTs and that they're going to be able to be traded in-game and outside of the game. However, I'm not the biggest fan of their Lord Mask NFT that is going to give someone control over an entire fiefdom. Each fief is going to be its own DAO that can control things like taxation, or missions, or diplomatic relations. That is definitely a cool concept, but I do worry about being able to just buy up and become a lord of a fief. Does that give them too much power and control? Does that kind of skew the game to those who just have giant amounts of capital? I'm not sure. Hopefully they can bring enough balance to the DAO where it feels like a spread out amount of power between all the players and not just the lord who has the most cash. Koakuma focuses on flat cartoony artwork, a graphical style that often suits a more lighthearted and friendly game project. The style that Koakuma has chosen is inviting yet intriguing, and often a style that is easy to make interesting and good quality graphics for. It's exciting that these NFT games are picking up in quality of gameplay and their graphical style. This is something that I could see matching other modern games of its type in the same genre. The NFT game assets of Koakuma received a 7 out of 10, and their artwork received a 7.5. Now let's take a look at the white paper, blockchain, tokenomics, and roadmap. Koakuma is going to have a dual token system that is similar to a lot of other NFT games. KKMA is going to be the governance token that is capped at 1 billion tokens that also can be used to upgrade, forge, enchant, smelt skill runes, or purchase from the marketplace. One of the nice things that they've added to this is that the treasury will eventually have a buyback program in which they'll buy KKMA from the market and burn it. The payment token for in-game trade or exchange is the BOD token, which is not capped and will be subject to inflation. We have seen games struggle with their inflationary token that is supposed to be for in-game transactions because it has become inflated so much over time. So it'll be interesting to see how Koakuma balances it so it doesn't inflate too much and that there's still value for their token. But I do love the fact that they are at least giving their governance token some burn mechanisms so that supply doesn't increase too much beyond the demand. Koakuma uses both Binance Smart Chain and Polygon. For which chain the tokens will be on, we do not know. However, for their upcoming IDO, they value their KKMA token at the 0.03 BUSD, indicating the tokens are on the Binance Smart Chain. With that in mind, it is reasonable to expect several NFT launches on both BSC and Polygon. While Koakuma does not have a white paper, they do have a pitch deck that works as a light paper. The light paper pitch deck is surprisingly detailed for what it is. We appreciate the explanation of various systems in the game, such as the fief, imp, and scholar systems. If we had one wish, we would like to see more information about general gameplay mechanics. Looking at the roadmap, we can see the team has completed all of Stage 1 and is at the moment at Stage 2, where the next steps are community growth and mini-game launch, NFT sales, and more. This really puts into perspective how early we have been able to find this project. Not only is this project early, but they have actually a demo out, and it's really great. I love the fact that even though this project is so early on in their stages, they already have a playable demo. We've seen so many games that you can't really try. You're just left in the dark guessing what the game is going to be like. And it's great to hear about all these tokens and NFTs, but if the actual gameplay sucks, no one's going to want those NFTs anyway. So I'm glad that they have something to go out and try the game. And that is a double thumbs up for me. Good job. From what we can see, we cannot find any time limits or goals to when all of this is happening or going to be completed. However, judging by what they have already done, we are left with insignificant doubts. For these reasons, the Koakuma white paper received a 7 out of 10. The team working on Koakuma consists of nearly 20 employees, and information about their team members were not easily found on their website. Their light paper and their LinkedIn profile didn't match anywhere. We found this to be somewhat awkward and would like to have seen a coherent team information throughout their different platforms. Koakuma is Koakuma Studio's first game, and they have high expectations of themselves as a game studio and as a high-quality entertainment content producer in the future. Koakuma has already delivered on a good standard on the content they've produced so far. However, despite that fact, our conviction of the team working on Koakuma is not the highest, and it's hard to get an accurate read of the team with little information that is readily available at the current time of writing. Again, I'm surprised by these NFT games not fully listing who are all their employees and what their experience is. At this point, we've seen so many anonymous projects fail to deliver on what they've promised to their NFT and token buyers, and I think it's made so many people nervous to jump into the space, so it'd be great from the team if they would just fully list available, make it easy for us all to see who is working on this game. If they do that, it would also be easier to judge the strength of this team and potentially give them a higher rating based on their experience. From what we could find, the team at Koakuma seems to have some experience within their respective fields. However, as a new company, there are no employees that stand especially out with the extensive experience from previous works. For these reasons, the Koakuma team only received a 4.5 out of 10. Now, before we jump into the final concluding thoughts on Koakuma and give you our full review score, I do want to show you guys here at Balthazar, we are building out some great products, including our launchpad, our research, and more content coming to you guys all the time to help you find the best NFT games and get into them early. So jump over to our website to check it out. So overall, how did Koakuma score according to Balthazar's alpha team? Well, in the full report on our website, you can see that they scored a 6.5 on their website and a 7.5 for their Tokenomics. As far as their overall score, Koakuma is still in its early stages, but the project has still managed to wow us with its game demo, featuring beautiful, vibrant artwork, well-made soundtracks, and an overall enjoyable experience. As we discussed, some team members have been added on their websites, others in the light paper, and to be fair, they haven't been consistent in presenting their team overall. Giving them the benefit of the doubt, they may just be in the starter phase regarding presenting their team, and perhaps they aren't even focusing on the European and American markets yet. To conclude, we do love the open world experience that Koakuma presents, and their artwork is also of high quality and quite impressive. In the past weeks, we have kept an eye on Koakuma, and we have seen substantial growth in their Discord and Twitter, featuring an engaged community, and we can see why they are so hyped. Based on the 7 different categories, Koakuma received an overall score of 7 out of 10. A 7 out of 10 seems like a fair score to me. This is a good score for Koakuma, but there are some things, especially the team score, that is dragging this down from being the great or the excellent category. If Koakuma can fix some of those things though, and continually put out good gameplay in their demo, that does make me excited to keep track of this game, although until some of that more information is out there, I'd be hesitant to jump into a project too heavily and buy up too many NFTs or tokens. So this game is at least going to be on my list to watch for coming up, and I want to keep track of it as it goes. For now, that's all we know about Koakuma. If you want to get the full breakdown research report, head over to our website. If not, stay tuned for one of these videos around me. I'll see you over there. Thank you, gracias, salamat for watching. Take care, everyone.